What if gravity weakened by 1% every year? You would not feel it today. You would not feel it next year. For most of the first decade, life would seem completely normal. But deep inside a physics lab, a sensitive instrument would twitch. A number that had never changed in all of human history would quietly shift. Gravity. The force that holds everything together. What if it started to let go? 1%. Every single year. In the first 10 years, gravity drops to 90% of normal. Athletes shatter every world record in jumping, throwing, and sprinting. Coaches call it a golden age of sport. Scientists call it the beginning of the end. You feel about 1 kilogram lighter on a normal morning. That is the only difference you notice. But the planet is already reacting. Ocean tides weaken. Storm systems lose pressure. Weather patterns that held for thousands of years begin to drift. And at the very top of the atmosphere, the lightest gas molecules start slipping into space. Quietly. Steadily. Gone. By year 30, gravity is at 74%. Now you feel it every single day. Walking has a bounce. Stairs feel effortless. The world feels like a dream you cannot quite wake up from. Atmospheric pressure has dropped 20% across the entire planet. It is like standing on a mountain that keeps growing taller beneath your feet. The oceans begin to behave strangely. Evaporation accelerates. Clouds form higher. Rain falls slower. Every structure ever built was calculated for a specific gravitational force. Bridges. Skyscrapers. Dams. They are still standing. But the math no longer matches the world. And in biology labs, something alarming is emerging. The human heart was designed to pump blood upward against gravity at a precise pressure. Our bones carry exactly the density they need to. Nothing more. Below 75% gravity, those systems begin to fail. Year 60. Gravity at 55%. Scientists call this the retention limit. The minimum gravity needed to hold a breathable atmosphere in place. We are no longer talking about slow geological timescales. We are watching it happen year by year. Oxygen molecules are escaping to space at a measurable rate. Breathing at sea level now feels like breathing at high altitude used to. The oceans pull apart from themselves. Surface water vaporizes faster than the air can hold it. Great lakes become seasonal. Rivers run thin. Humanity builds pressurized cities underground and beneath domes. Sealed. Climate controlled. Desperate. Humanity adapts. It always does. But the planet does not adapt. The planet begins to dissolve. By year 100, gravity sits at 36%. The crust, which spent billions of years compressed under its own weight, begins to crack. Fractures spread through the mantle. The atmosphere is a ghost. Thin, cold, and shrinking. Then, somewhere around year 130, Earth crosses a final threshold. It stops being a planet. No explosion. No dramatic collision. Just a slow, quiet dispersal. Rock, dust, and vapor drifting apart along the same orbital path. A ring of debris where a world used to be. None of this can actually happen. Gravity is not a fuel. It does not run low. The gravitational constant has held steady for nearly 14 billion years. But that is exactly what makes this thought experiment so powerful. Everything you have ever touched, breathed, loved, and stood on exists because of one invisible constant. Holding every atom of this world in place. At precisely the right strength. For precisely the right amount of time. Gravity is not keeping you down. It is the only reason any of this exists at all. If that made you think, subscribe.